Hello models, this is Random Wizard and welcome to the Random channel. It's been a very long time and we are going to be doing manga recommendation 2. I remember, I read way too many manga. I mean, it's not manga, just manhwa as well. I've talked about this before. I'm not going to talk about it again. But yeah, not as much as I used to when I was, early on. But nowadays, I have like some pet peeve mangas that I read. And here's another one. Here are three more which I'm going to be recommending. So first one is FFF-Class Trash Hero. So this one starts off like as a classic where there's a hero and he has to defeat the Demon King and, and he has a party of like a healer, like a barbarian, magician, whatever. So he has to take all of those like princess and whatnot, and he still has to take them and go defeat the Demon King and all that. But what is different about this guy is that he does not want to be stuck that way. Like if someone pisses him off, he will genuinely just go and fucking kill them. But the whole system that is set up for this hero thing doesn't allow him to be end a show like that. The whole thing is that he's teleported from Earth to another world where there's a system of like higher beings that force every character that comes there for to be a hero, to be the textbook example of a good hero, where they they travel from a weakling to a strong person and they go defeat the Demon King with the fucking heart's power and friendship and all that. But the main character is not about that life. He has a shitty personality. He's very aggressive, angry, murdery, and like exploitative. And because of that, the show just doesn't allow him to finish his like plot line of being a good hero. And so that's the best thing about him. Like the whole point is like a system is forcing him to be a good hero, but he does not want to be a good hero. So he's stuck in a loop, just fighting the Demon King again and again. But this show is fantastic. Like it is fucking fantastic. Like they pay attention to those little things. Like there's no like, oh, I'm gonna hit you on the head because I'm embarrassed, or like, oh, you are fucking stupid, and the main character just brush it off or something. And no like punching and like go off into the sky and become a star and all that bullshit. Like you fuck with him and you're dead. He literally kills anyone, even his companions, if they fuck with him. Like, he breaks the typical hero thing. He goes in full villain. Like, honestly, he looks like a villain. But, like, he has to force himself into, like, a hero thing, but he does not actually do it properly every single time. So he has to fight the Demon King again and again. That's what the fucking best part about this particular manga is. And, slowly and steady, I'm not gonna go get too much into it because I'm gonna get into spoilers after that. I'm just giving a recommendation. FFF-Class Trash Hero, he's very strong. FFF-Class, when I first saw, I thought he would be very weak, and that's the whole point of his FFF-Class. The FFF-Class actually depicts his personality and his like connections to like the world itself for the hero clearing. That's why he's called the trash hero. He's actually really strong. Like in the show, he like uses weird things and like little small things to like upgrade himself and break the game, sort of speaking. He's very strong, but his personality is so shit that he's called the trash hero. So this is a genuinely, this is actually a story which starts off as like a genuine normal person would actually probably do this. I'm not saying a good person, I'm saying a normal person. But yeah, he is a little bit more sinister, actually a lot more sinister than the normal person, but it's a very, very good story. I will definitely recommend reading this one because the art style looks fucking amazing. It's a little bit chibi-ish, where like it feels a little bit more rounded and polished, but I think that's on purpose to give it like the hero look, but actually not being hero at all. So it's very fascinating how he breaks the system and like fucks up the whole fucking situation. It's very good. So I definitely recommend reading this one. Let's move on to the next one. Now we have Return of the Mount Sect. Now, first of all, the main character kind of looks like the main character from FFF-Class Trash Hero, but the difference is like this night and fucking day. So the art style is way too good, like fucking brilliant. Like it's just so good. Every stroke is so good. It's a martial arts based, Murim based martial arts type of manu, right? There's nothing like fantastic plotline, but it's very good, and I'm gonna tell you why. So the plotline is the main character is like gets in a, like a life and death struggle with like a very strong like villain type of enemy, and his like majority of his sect gets bodied, the Mount Hua sect, and he dies after killing the enemy, and then he is reincarnated like 100 years later, where his sect is declining, and he's in the body of a child and whatnot, and he wishes to upgrade his sect back to its former glory. If it was just that, I would still ask you to read it because art style is just that fucking good. But it would not be that fucking like oddly specific, because its show goes into very small specific things, such as the main character has a lot of knowledge from his past, and so he uses that knowledge to upgrade himself. But the way he does it, he actually has to like work hard every single day. Like the whole thing is like, it's not like he has some talent, or not like he has some advantage over the others, except for the fact that he has his previous life knowledge, which is an advantage over the others, but not like overtly. So he has a lot of experience, but he has to like put it into his physical body because he is a child. So the show specifically shows him working hard every single day. He's practicing his techniques, and he's doing something else that most shows fail to show, is physical workout. He works out. He would like do squats, and he will do runs, and leaping and all that stuff. It's not just techniques, because a lot of these Murim based shows, they sort of like ignore that bit, that there's like some, how should I put this, there's a lot of bodybuilding that needs to be done, not just like practicing techniques. That's not all what a character needs to do. Like I can understand if it's a cultivator based shows. There's no need for physical like exercise and all that. But a Murim based show must always have that. But a lot of shows ignore that, or rarely ever show that, because this is the thing, that they would always show like, okay, the main character has A technique, which is like level 3, and then he finds B technique, which is level 4, so he practices that. Oh, look, how OP he is. That works with cultivator shows. That does not work with Murim shows, and this show goes into that. They show his hard work. They show his struggle to cope with all the whole situation, because in his mind he's like, the Mount Hua sect gave everything it had. Majority of people of the Mount Hua sect died protecting the world, but what did the Mount Hua sect get in return? It is a degrading sect. No big sect provided it protection. No big sect said anything good about it. They just completely ignored it. And that's when he gets really fucking angry. So his desire to completely surpass everyone else, I don't know if his desires to destroy everyone else, but he desires to surpass everyone else. And he also wishes to upgrade his own martial arts beyond a level that he knows, because he believes that some enemy as strong as that the main villain, the Demon King guy, could show up again. And last time he had a bunch of strong people helping him out. This time there was no one. So the Murim will burn if he does not make sure that he is 100 times stronger than he was before. So that's his journey. Like the show constantly goes into like how he lived a carefree life before, but he had like a lot of talent, because of which he was always ahead of others, and he was very strong. Not the strongest, but very strong. But when he fought the demon guy, he realized that how weak he truly is. Like if he had, there's like the show also goes into like regret and stuff like that. Like he goes into like little things where he discusses with himself, like, if I had trained a day a lot harder, if I'd not goofed around all the time, then possibly one more guy could have survived because of me. Maybe I could have survived. That sort of thing he goes into. And that is a brilliant show. These are small things that shows don't show: hard work, physical exercise, and this like struggle with like the whole situation, the whole nature of things. He's also very petty, which is kind of annoying at some points, but it's all right too. Anyway, I will definitely recommend this one. It is even better than FFF-Class Trash Hero. Next up, we have God of Blackfield. Honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, that does not look like my type of show, but it was really good. So, God of Blackfield is about a French mercenary group and their captain, who is known as the God of Blackfield. He's a top ace in the mercenary line of work, exceptional combat skill and whatnot. But during a mission in Africa, he shot dead from behind, meaning someone in his squad betrayed him. But he does not get to verify that because obviously he is dead. After which he wakes up in the body of a boy in Korea. After which we see his journey of like finding the traitor, because he's still hell bent on finding him. And the manhwa, encapsulates the struggle of a grown adult, but also a mercenary dealing with the life of a commoner, not to mention a teenager. So there are some pretty good combat, and they also show the main looks pretty good. They also show like his struggle to like maintain like a daily life occurrence. Like how the hell is he like how is he supposed to keep up with his like normal classmates? Not to mention his physical body is not as strong as it was before when he was the God of Blackfield. And there was also some very complex plotline as to how his soul actually ended up in this body, which even now is not complete yet. It's like 190 or something, but it's still not there yet. But they have given some hints now. I'm not gonna tell you what they are. But watch the show yourself. Read the show yourself, actually. So there's not really a supernatural thing. I thought there would be, but there was no supernatural thing or power yet in the show. I feel like there might be in the future, but the show has like way too much hand-to-hand combat. That's what the main show is about, because he's a South Korean boy and they don't allow guns in that country. So they're very strict about that. So because of that, he has to get into like the idea of hand-to-hand more and more. But guns do sneak into the country sometimes, so he has to deal with them as well. How does he deal with them? You can read yourself. It's a very gritty and uncomfortable topic to deal with read this, but it is a very good show. It's slow, and it also gets into the very nitty-gritty of things like, should I go back like to that life? Because he feels like, does he really want to live this life? Will he be able to live this life? But he just keeps getting into like more and more shit where he's like, I can't back out, but I wish to back out, but do I really wish to back out? There's like a lot of internal struggle in this one. It's really good, so definitely read this one. So that is my manga recommendation part 2. I will be making 3 and 4. I've already written those. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and bye bye. Oh, by the way, the name of the manhwas, the manga manhwas will be in the description.